everybody, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I have a video game review. Now, like I said, I don't do as many video games review as I would like to do, because I really like to sit down and play most video games. Most video games I play, I like to really sit down, I like to really get into it, and then by the time I done finished, playing the game and taking my time with it, it's like, man, the game came out months ago. This is another one of those games, but it ain't been months. It's been like a week or two. And today I'm here to review High on Life 2. Now, High on Life 2 just came out maybe a week or two ago. I believe maybe a week ago on Xbox, on Game Pass to be more specific. That's where I played it anyways. And I was late to the original game, High on Life. Like, I remember when High on Life was coming out and people were talking about it. I remember like a couple of my friend at the time, Cody, he mentioned like, man, I'm looking forward to this. I had heard like stuff about High on Life, but I just never engaged in it. And it took like later on, because the High on Life, the original High on Life came out in 2022. So that was like I say, a while ago. That's like 4 years ago, So I didn't play it initially. But then I heard that, Justin Roiland, the creator, if that name sounds familiar for you, Justin Roiland is the guy who created the Rick and Morty franchise. Well, co-created Rick and Morty. But he sort of gets a lot of more praise than the other guy who helped create Rick and Morty, because he does a lot of the voices. It's particularly Morty's voice, as you would hear in the first High on Life game. And when you hear that the co-creator of Rick and Morty is developing a game, that makes your mind go many, many places. But I wouldn't play the game until last year when the game came to Game Pass, because eventually that game, High on Life, came to Game Pass, and I finally decided to give it a try. And that game is unique to say the least, because if you've ever watched Rick and Morty, you know that the Rick and Morty crew's sense of humor, the type of joke gags they go for, the type of sense of humor they have is very interesting and unique, in the sense that it can range from poopy jokes to the most insanely dark to the most insanely unique to the profound and thought-provoking to just like it can be outrageous in a thought-provoking way. It can be outrageous in a disgusting way. Like, they really push a lot of ideas on that show. Well, most of the time, they really push it when they want to get a point across and when they want to have a message. And it's very self-aware. It's self-deprecating. It makes fun of its own genre. It makes fun of other genres. It's the Rick and Morty franchise is has such a unique sense of humor and such a unique humor to it that it's blown up and become this huge phenomenon. But when you bring that same sense of humor to a video game, what you get is this insane game, because the first High on Life, the first thing you see is the gun Kenny. And the gun's talking shit to you. The gun is acknowledging you pausing the game. The gun's acknowledging you standing in one location. It is like I said, it is the minds behind Rick and Morty and all the self-awareness and self-deprecating nature of their humor put into a video game. And what you ended up with this blast of a video game with this unique nature to it, in terms of you don't see a lot of organic weaponry or organic weaponry and whatnot a lot. Like, that's not something you see a lot in sci-fi in general, and particularly in a game where you're playing as, bounty hunter. You don't really see that a lot. And then these talking organic guns, these weaponries, that was a unique spin that I'd never seen before. And having these different guns with different personalities that do different things was just a fun treat. And upgrading the gun and going throughout the game and the different guns having different opinions on different things and different personalities. And like I said, at the core of the game was this basic ass story of Earth is being invaded by this alien cartel. They kidnap it. They're kidnapping everyone from Earth to turn them into a drug because they're smoking human beings. Now, there's some type of message about animals or something in this whole thing, but yeah, they're just smoking human beings, and it's insane. And you are one of the only survivors, and now it's up to you to become a bounty hunter and hunt down the cartel people who are destroying your planet and take them down. That was the whole entirety of the first game. It was a very straightforward game. But the fun is in the interactions, the dialogue, the characters, and all of that. And it's such a unique thing. Now, granted, like some people say that first game was like some people got over it. Like it was hilarious. It was unique at first because you had never seen anything like it. But then after a while, once the novelty of the talking guns and the humor and the over the top nature of the game, once that novelty wears off, what you're left with is a pretty standard issue, shooter, space shooter. It's a straightforward, shooter. And which to me, I disagree. I love the first High on Life. I thought it was a blast, and even though I will agree a little bit that you do start to feel like, okay, like by the time they've done introduced every gun and you've almost beaten every villain, you do kind of get into a groove of, okay, this is what this game is. So, but by the time you get there, it's already the end of the game, and I had a blast with the game. So when I heard they were making a High on Life 2, I was extremely excited. So what do I think of High on Life 2? High on Life 2 is weird, because while I don't, like, you know what I would equate High on Life 2? I would equate High on Life 2 to Fallout 4, or I'm trying to think of another game, or State of Decay 2, where it is, in my opinion, it is a good sequel, but it isn't as good, but it's not as good as the first one. It's not like, because like the only thing that's better about this game than probably the first game, and it's the only thing new that they bring to the game, which is the whole skateboard aspect, which does change the game up a bit. But overall, they don't do anything that's truly groundbreaking or different in the game. Like, there's enough goodness. It's just more of what you already had. Like, if you enjoyed High on Life, then you'll enjoy this, but it's not better. It's like Thor Love and Thunder or some shit. It's like if you enjoy Ragnarok, you'll enjoy Love and Thunder, but you're not gonna enjoy it better than fucking Ragnarok at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I felt about High on Life 2. By the time I got near the end, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much like it. Like, because the game takes place about 8 years or so later after the events of the first one, and they do pretty much the standard issue classic stuff. Like, what happens at the end when the hero wins? There's only a few storylines you could go, and they decided to go with the classic, he's bored now. Because he kicks ass, he's over being a bounty hunter, he's been doing this for a while now, because he's been still being a bounty hunter. He's a celebrity, he kicks ass, he saved the work day, but now he has nothing really to do anymore. He has no real challenges anymore. He's done it all. But now, it turns out in that 8 years, his sister has joined a fucking revolution, has joined a terrorist organization, or as we find out, a rebellion, or we find out like this, just resistance, because once again, not too dissimilar from the first game, some company is trying to legalize turning humans into drugs, just like it was in the first game, which is why I say like they don't really break ground, because even the conflict is pretty much the same. It's like they took something that was in the background of the first game and made it the whole thing. Because like the whole smoking humans thing and turning them into drugs in the first game, it was just like in the background. The foreground is it's an alien invasion. They kidnapped they're kidnapping all the people. They're taking over the planet. You need to stop them. That was like the main thing. In the background was, dude, they're turning people into drugs. But that was like a secondary thing. Whereas in here, it's the front thing. Like they're trying to legalize turning people into drugs. And that's the big thing. It's like, I will say this, at least his sister is a little bit more, has way more urgency in this one. Because in the first game, his sister Lizzie was really just there to give you a connection to Earth. She was really, because your character can't speak. So Lizzie was sort of there to react to the shit that you can't react to. Because she's from Earth too, so she's reacting to the craziness of this entire situation because you can't react to it because you can't talk. So she's sort of there to just react to shit. That's really what she's there for. So, but in this game, she has a little bit more urgency. There's a little bit more going on with her. Like I said, she's got an eye patch. She's got a gun. She's a rebel now. Like she has like I said, she has a bit more urgency. But by far, the only thing that's truly unique is the skateboard. The whole skateboard aspect of the game does change the game because it makes it more of a, like, the game was already had platformish, had a platformish kind of tint to it, But the skateboard makes it even more platformers. There are things you can only do with the skateboard. There are things, and the controls on the skateboard are actually pretty fucking good too. I love honestly, I love the controls on the skateboard. I was surprised, I thought it was gonna be annoying. Like when they first give you the skateboard at the beginning of the game, I'm thinking this is gonna be annoying as fuck. But it isn't. It controls very sharply. It's good. Like you can't even you control it very well. You can do a lot of things with it. I like the skateboard. The skateboard was cool. It also picks up the pace of the game because you can just move around so much faster. You can move around so much faster. You can move around so much swifter, and it kind of picks up the game a bit because it gives the game a bit more of a fringic vibe to it. But overall, High on Life 2 at the end of the day is really just, it's a, in my opinion, it feels like it's a sequel. It's not as good as the first game. It doesn't bring anything truly new or original, including the story and the arcs and none of that. The characters are the same. It's based, like I say, sometimes there are sequels to shit where it's just like we get to hang out more with the characters that you already love. And from that perspective, it's still fun. If you like the first High on Life, you will have fun with this game. I had fun with the game. That's why I can't really give it a bad score, because I still have fun with it. But in terms of if I had to compare it to let's say Outer Worlds 1 and Outer Worlds 2, I reviewed Outer Worlds not that long ago. I thought Outer Worlds 2 is better than Outer Worlds 1 on almost every level. Whereas this game, outside of the skateboard, which all that really does is add a new aspect to the game and pick up the pace of the game, nothing's better. The same jokes, the humor is about the same. It's not as funny because you've already lived it in the last game. So it's just it's weird. I think someone described it as maybe as is this game a joke that's gone on so long? Is this game a funny joke that's gone on long enough for it to not be funny? And I don't think so. It still gets a chuckle out of me, but it's no longer grabbing me like the first game was, which is why I would have to give High on Life 2 a 7 out of 10. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Comment below. What did you guys? Did you play High on Life or High on Life 2? Comment below and let me know what you thought. See you guys on the next one. Goodbye.